Have you seen? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Green color coating is only protective layer. So inside it will be gram, it will be there. Even these grams also you can see. If you remove, again it is having a brown color substance. Then if you remove, you can see this is what we can say Bengal grams. So this brown color layer is also protective. Once if you remove that also, then only we used to get, this is what we can say, roasted chana and all. Have you seen it? This is what. So this protective layer, which will protect the seeds, that is what we used to call as ovule. This ovule only will develop a tough coat around it seeds once the seeds are developing from the embryo into a seeds. So now here if you notice it, so then you said, sir, only the, what do you mean by seeds, guys? I can say seeds means in the sense of what? They are the baby plants. Yes or no? So now, then why, sir, this other extra part is present? Can anybody say? What is the reason? Anyone can say, please? What is the reason of generating fruit? So one purpose is for what? For protecting. Is it yes or no? So protecting this baby plant, they need some kind of external body. That is why they are producing this all. Everything it will take sweet and juicy like mangoes, oranges, everything, and even some hard and woody like peanuts, all almonds, everything. The why they are producing everything? Because inside they are having a baby plant. Is it yes or no? So now to protect this baby plant, only they are developing outer surfaces or outer coating and etc. etc. So that is why, can I say now, a seeds is called as, the seeds are known as a reproductive unit of plants. Can I able to say? Can I say it or not? So what is the reproductive unit of plants? So the reproductive unit of plants are called as seeds because they contains baby plants. So the reproductive unit of plants is known as what, guys? Is known as seeds. So usually from the seeds only we people can develop, and we can even see the new plants are developing. That is why we can say they are the reproductive unit. So now let us see how why it needs the outer surface and all etc etc, because it contains, if you take the seeds, seed coating it will contains, inside it is having some kind of external body parts and all, but baby plant is present very small. Then why, sir, it is needed and all? So let us see here. So baby plant also we can call it as what? What is the name of the baby plant? Embryo we can call. What is the baby plant called as? What is the baby plant called as, guys? Embryo we can say. Okay, so now let me see a bean seed. So you people might be know the bean seed. Have you heard about bean seed? Yes, please respond. So bean seed, if you take cut open, you can see then how the baby seed baby plant is present. So now you might be see this picture. Have you able to see this picture? If you open it also, you might be see. If you are having in your home, you might be open. You can see, able to see it clearly. So if you open the bean seed, it will be looks like this. Is it yes or no, guys? Please respond. Yes. So now here some important parts also I am saying. So that is also you have to remember. So basically bean seed is looks like this. This is what we used to call as bean seed. So now this outer coating, whatever you are seeing, that is what we used to call as seed coat. What we used to call, guys? What we used to call? Seed. Understanding? Seed coat. You can see here this outer coating, what we are seeing is called as seed coat. Now here if you see where the plant, you might be seeing like some eye like structure is present. From there only the seed will start germinating. So that part only here, if you see a light micro like hole, that like small brownish color one, that is what we can say micropyle. And remaining where it will be different from the other coating, that is what we used to say hilum. So this is even not needed for you people. You have to remember this is what we used to say. This is what a bean seed. So now if you cut this bean seed, you can see here, if you cut this bean seed, if you're having in your home also, you can see it will be having like this structure inside. So now have you seen the small plant inside here? Tarani, Arvind? That is only called as embryo. What we used to call? We used to call it as embryo. Understanding? That is only baby plant. So now to protect this baby plant only, we are having the remaining all the etc etc. So to protect this baby plant only, this remaining body surface, everything is present. And also remember, when the seed is planted inside when it is buried inside the ground, that plant need food, correct guys? Because it cannot get directly from the ground immediately. Yes or no? Please respond. Yes. So this baby plant, when it is growing, it needs food. So the food is provided by this external part. That is a second importance of this. So the first important is when it is kept before germination, it is protecting this baby plant. And when it is, if you are planted, then it will be a baby plant and a food for the baby plant. This is what we can say, food for the baby plant. So this food, the external body part, this is the most important, guys. Question will ask. This external body part only we can say contains food, or we can say the name of this one is called as cotyledons. What we used to call? What we used to call, guys? Cotyledons we used to say. So please note it down. And in this picture, you might be seen that some kind of a kidney shaped one you might be see like a liver. It is looks like. Have you seen, guys? Not the leaves. These are looks like a leaves. Yes or no? Small leaves are present here. So this structure is called as radicle. We can say. What we used to call? We used to call as radicle, radicle, radicle. Now this leaf structure we used to call as plumule. Understanding? Plumule, plumule, plumule we used to say. So now this radicle, understanding this liver like structure is only called as radicle, and this leaf like structure, small leaves, two leaves will be there, you can see. That is what we can say, plumule we can say. Understand? So this radicle plus plumule together, what we can say? Anybody can answer? Radicle plus plumule both together, what we used to say, guys? That is only called as what? It is only called as, nobody will answer. What is that name called as? It is only called as baby plant. Understand? So every seed, if you break it into two, inside it will be containing, that is what. So that is what you have to understand. So in this picture you might be see, you can say correctly, so where the embryo is present and all. So here a cotyledon, the remaining part we used to call as cotyledon, outer surface is called as zygote, and we can say the middle where the both plumule and radicle is present, that is only we used to call as embryo, we can say. So embryo means what, in the sense of what is another name of embryo, guys? Embryo we can call it as baby plant, we can say. So this embryo also we can say baby plant. This is what it is, how the formation of fruits and seeds will form. Any doubt? So if you take all the seeds, the baby plant present inside a seed in the inactive stage, we can say. So before planting, understanding. So if you are not keeping water, if you are not keeping air and proper warmth, temperature and all, these baby plant or embryo, basically it will be in inactive stage. So when it will start growing, guys, can you able to say? For example, if you are having wheat in your home, you kept in a glass, if you kept in a glass container or cover, polythene cover and all, is it they are producing the plants? Is it they are producing the plants? Please respond. So when they will produce the plants, anybody? When they will produce the plants? When they will get a suitable conditions like soil and as well as water and as well as proper air and the temperature. So that is what you have to remember. So basically the baby plant which is present inside the seeds, understanding how it will be present. So the baby plant will be inactive stage. Do you understand, everybody? So it is only called as this inactive stage before sowing or before buried inside the soil. That inactive stage is only called as dormant stage. What we used to call? Dormant stage we used to say. So what do you mean by dormant stage? When the baby plant is inactive inside the seed, that is called as dormant stage. So when you are keeping inside your home in polythene bags or else some kind of a containers, or else if you'll keep it for drying and all, then that is called as dormant stage of the seed, we can say. So now, once the seeds is sworn into the soil, or we can bury it inside the soil, then what will happen? And if you keep on pouring the water, first of all, it requires water for the germination. Yes or no? So water it needs, and proper ventilation, air it needs, and as well as warm, means in the sense of proper temperature also it needs. Then this dormant stage will turns into what stage, guys? It will turns into germination stage. That is what we used to call as a new plants will start at this stage. So inside the seeds, when the embryo is in inactive stage, that is what we used to call as dormant stage. When the embryo will start developing into a new plant, then that is what we used to call as germination stage. So the parent plant reproduces more plants like itself by forming seeds through what? Through the flowers, but the seeds will start germinating the new plants of similar thing. So that is why we can say, so the seeds are called as reproductive units of plants. Okay, so single plant can produce hundreds of seeds at a time. You can see every plant can produce more fruits, more direct, like if you take pea pods and all, even kidney beans and all, at a time single plant can produce hundreds of seeds. So these seeds only, when they will get proper suitable conditions, then they will start growing into a new plants of similar kind. This is what we used to say fertilization, or else the reproduction in plants. So now, once the dormant stage, if you are been keeping inside the soil, that is what sowing inside the soil, or else buried inside the soil, then what will happen, guys? We have to provide all the required conditions for the proper growth of the seed. That is what we used to call as germination. So this germination state, what do you mean by germination? Can anybody say what is the meaning of germination of seeds? Please keep hitting, all of you. Germination of seeds. What do you mean by germination of seeds? Anybody can say? What will happen in germination of seeds? So germination of seeds means what it is? The beginning of the growth of the seeds is only called as germination of seeds. Means the seeds will start growth into a plant. The beginning stage is only called as germination of seeds. Beginning of the growth of seeds. Growth of seeds means in the sense of new plants will start developing seeds is called germination of seeds. Germination of seeds. Now, let me see how many of you know if the germination will start, first it will come root or leaf. Anybody can say? First it will develop root or leaf. Nitish, Krutika, what will develop? Leaf? No. So as I told you, you might be see, we are having a radical. Is it yes or no? If you take a kidney beans, embryo is having two parts. What is that parts? Can anybody say? If you take, this is the kidney beans. So we are having a one thing, and we are having a two kinds of leaves here. So this is what we used to call as leaves. So this is only called as plumule. So now, first of all, if it will start growing inside the soil, first of all, what will develop? These radical only will start growing downwards. This is what we used to call as, what will develop, guys? It will develop the roots. First of all, it will develop the roots. That is what you have to remember. So this is what we can say. The radical of the seeds grows first, and they will form into what, guys? They will form into what? Radical will be modified into roots. That is what you have to remember. So then this root will push us down into the soil and begins to absorb water, and as well as whatever the minerals needed for the growth of the plant, it will take from the soil. So after this radical modified into root, next what will happen? The plumule will be modified into whom? Anybody can answer? The plumule grows upwards. Radical will grow downwards. Plumule will grow upwards and will be modified into what, guys? It will be modified into what? Shoot. It will modify, and this shoot will start growing further, and it will get the leaves and all. So that leaves, what they will do, guys? They will do the photosynthesis reaction. For production of what? For production of food. That is what, how. By the time the seed, till that, radicals are modifying into root and plumule will be modified into shoot. Who will provide the food for this plant, baby plant? Who will provide the food? This remaining part of the plant, that is a seed, that is what we used to call as, what is the name of this one? Remaining part, cotyledons. Do you understand? So these cotyledons only will provide the food, required energy till that roots and the shoot will develop. That is what we used to call as germination of seeds. So once the seeds and once the root and as well as the shoot will develop, then shoot will give the green leaves and this radical will give the roots. So the roots will absorb the soil, so from the soil, water and minerals, and green leaves, they will do the, what is happening? They will doing, ultimately they will become into a new plant, and because it will do the photosynthesis reaction. So it will start growing more and more by making its own food in the presence of sunlight. So this seedling grows gradually and ultimately it will become into what? New plant. That is what it will happen. Now the stages is most important. Now I will show you one picture. That is what, how the seeds will grow, and if in exam it will come germination of seeds, then you people need to write that and you have to draw the structure also very clearly. So first of all, every seed contains three parts mainly. What is that parts? Anybody can say? What is the three parts, guys? First of all, you have to remember what? Embryo. Embryo is having two parts. What is the two parts of embryo? You have to respond here. What is the two parts of embryo? Yes?
Radical.
Understanding. So radical and plumule. And down we are having what? What is the down part? Which is like a looks like a liver. That is only called as radical. So and down we are having, which is the source of food, that is called as cotyledons. So how many cotyledons we have? Two cotyledons. We can break it into two parts. That is what we can say, two cotyledons. So when you keep inside, if you are sowing inside the soil, first of all, what is happening? No leaves will produce. First, who will produce? The radical will modify into root and it will start growing into the down towards to the soil and will start absorbing required water and minerals from the soil. So now by the time what is happening, slowly the plumule grows into a shoot. It is developing into shoot, you can see. So here in this stage, shoot is developed. So next, once the roots shoot and the roots are developed, you can see slowly the radical modified into the roots only, the main root. This root only we can say tap root. What we used to call tap root, we can say main root, and later subroots will come. So it will start sucking the water and minerals. So now this shoot will start modifying into what, guys? It will start developing into a new leaves. So green leaves will produce. So these green leaves will do the photosynthesis reaction under the presence of sunlight. So they will growing into a new plant. So this is what we can say. Under it will all will takes place under what conditions? Under suitable conditions like proper water, temperature, and as well as proper ventilation. That is what we can say under the proper air availability also, because photosynthesis reaction it requires carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide will takes from when proper ventilation only. So this is all about what is fertilization in flowering plants. So this all the four stages also you people need to draw under what? Germination of seeds. Do you understand, everybody? So this is all about the fertilization process, how that takes place inside the seeds. So seeds will start from where? Pollen grains, pollination to the fertilization, fertilization to whom? Fertilization to formation of fruits and seeds, and again formation of seeds, fruits and seeds into germination of seeds for producing new plants. So this is all about the reproduction in plants, flowering plants. So this with this the reproduction in flowering plants is over. Then from tomorrow we are going to study what, guys? Reproduction in animals. Okay. So this is what the little bit big topic and more important one we'll study from the tomorrow. So with this I will leave you. Tomorrow we'll meet. Hope you all understand this. Have you understand really? Please respond me. Yes.
Yes,
So
sir. Sir, can you please scroll?
yeah, what it is? Yeah, this is. So you can see and you have to learn it. So this is all very important in exam. Definitely it will be going to descriptive. They will ask you to draw the diagrams. So today's class, you will you need to study 3 diagrams. What is that? Can anyone say? One is cut a piece of bean seed, which contains what? Cotyledons, plumule and radicle. Both is called as embryo. That is only called as baby plant. Next main diagram which you have to study in today's class. What is that? Fertilization diagram. Understand? And as well as this diagram called as how the stages of germination of seeds. Then you have to draw these 4 stages. How stages of germination of seeds. So fertilization diagram is more important. So remember that and learn it very well. So this is all about it. And explanation, you have to explain your own words. Better it will learn. If you practice it, it will more good for you people also. So with this, I will leave you. Tomorrow we'll meet. Thank you everybody. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.